being home and getting to our first tent was 40 hours. So it's a long way to travel, but that's probably the worst part.
Right.
So you fly into the European states.
June 21st.
The way we did it's not the ideal.
At 9:45.
Chicago to London, London to Johannesburg, and then a small plane out to first camp.
But I just got done yesterday. And it's just almost the top of the truck.
So did you feel safe with the airplanes?
Oh, the airplanes? It's adventures, right? We're the first time coming in and we're in a 12-passenger Cessna. And coming in, first pilot's showing us, see that strip out there, that's where we're going to land. So you see this little brown opening, and we get closer, and there's probably a dozen and a half buffalo. And the thing, the pilot tells us, they're supposed to clear that before they get here, they must be running late.
I had tons of neighbors.
I think there's enough room that we can drop them behind them and still stop. We did. He came in, and I don't think we were 10 feet beyond the buffalo, and he touched down. And we were probably more than 25 feet from the rush.
No, we got never pressed.
I had about 8 or 9 inches in my,
That's great.
8 or 9 inches, yeah. And that was, of course, just my original builder son, you know.
It's an adventure,
Here we
but
are coming from Virginia.
I wouldn't
had
dissuade
no
anyone
idea
from
there
not
was
trying
any
it.
flood. I mean,
I've heard of that.
nothing about this. I've never lived in a house with a cell phone in my life. So when this happened, I was upstairs watching TV, big storm and whatever, and then I heard a splash. It was a cat. One of my cats that was downstairs and got caught on a shelf and I just flipped the thing and just screamed. My husband came running down, called my cousins, neighbors came.
Yeah, actually, I talked to him a couple of hours ago.
Anyway.
I talked to him a couple of hours
It turned
ago.
out that I was flooding.
He'll be here.
Running on top,
The back field. There was lots of.
Makes a grand entrance that way.
All
That's
the
right.
water from the field behind me was coming directly into my system through the gravel. So, yeah. I had the county, the city, the township, I had everybody you could possibly have out there. But that storm, that was the storm of the millennium, you know, that.
Yeah.
Mike, how are you?
Good, how are you doing?
Fine, thank you.
Ditch flood. Turns out, tons of the drain towers, the old farm drain towers, are dumping right into the gravel beds around our houses. That's, you know, part of that. And of course, then, since then, we've had the drains enlarged out our way. You know, all those are enlarged in '09, the storm drains. So,
Hi, Dan. Good, how are you?
if we haven't understood that, I think we got 9.5 inches, you know, in 2 hours.
Oh, yeah.
If we ever had that again, I don't know what would happen, but, yeah, it was, the cloud just sat there, didn't move.
We're waiting for our chairman.
It was a shock, I'll tell you, I've never experienced flooding in my life. I've been in hurricanes, tornadoes, earthquakes.
I do have that one back. Ready to go.
About time.
I heard that, I mean, my heart.
Yeah.
4 years.
Plus I got the one back.
So you're building now?
Yeah, we're building some houses, selling.
It's the
Goes all
turbine,
like-
it's like gallon of water.
Probably gonna have our best electric bills.
Oh, no, wherever you,
Yeah.
wherever you.
Getting,
It's one of the-
getting a little toasty out there.
Oh, yeah, got warm today.
Yeah.
Oh, so you have to turn on your water
Yeah,
that runs
Yeah,
through your house.
this year so far.
So,
You know, the housing.
my main song is
better.
Right,
And the trigger for the water.
right, that's how
So
mine
it
goes.
goes up higher. than the water.
When you do,
But then-
1 or 2, you do
It's
5 or
run
6.
by,
What you use, your second meter.
It's getting better.
oh,
So how many did you
you know,
build?
you let use your sprinkler meter.
Yeah.
Well, last but not least.
That's the easier.
What's connected? 2 or 3 trustees.
I say, God forbid we ever need them.
Sorry, everybody.
God forbid we ever need them.
What I use,
That's a great idea. I was gonna try to make this game.
but I got mine out.
That's a great idea. Okay. Okay. Satan's filling in for Melissa, who's on vacation. Oh, okay. How are you?
Good.
Are you ready on your end?
I'm ready.
Okay. Okay, the meeting of the Board of Zoning Appeals is now in session. And take the roll, please.
Call the roll, Mr. Halbert.
Here?
Mr. Ench.
Here.
Mr. Amos.
Here.
Mr. Hayes.
Here.
Mr. Boland.
Here.
And Mr. Sabo.
All right, and can I have a motion to approve the minutes from the June 4th, 2012 meeting?
So moved?
Second.
Oh, call the roll. Mr. Halbert.
Yes.
Mr. Ench.
Yes.
Mr. Amos.
Yes.
Mr. Hayes.
Yes.
Mr. Boland.
Yes.
And Mr. Sabo.
Okay, now I'm going to ask anybody here in attendance that may be giving testimony, I'm going to ask you please to raise your right hand now. And do you swear that the testimony you're about to give is the truth to the best of your knowledge?
Yes.
Thank you. And we'll move right on to old business, which again, we had from last month to this month, the Panera at 7115 West Central Avenue has now been continued to August 6th hearing. So we'll be moving that on. Any comment on that?
We're going to meet with the applicants probably sometime this week or next week to look at their site design and see if there's any way we can do something that's a little more doable.
That would be a great idea.
Pretty tight.
Yeah. I don't know if there's room to do it, but we'll at least meet with them.
Okay, that's good. All right, very good. And that should take us to new business. And we have a variance to reduce the front setback for a sign for the property located at 5815 Black Swan Drive by the Woodstream West Homeowners Association. Darrell, could I ask you to give us the staff report, please?
Yes. The Woodstream West Property Owners Association is seeking a variance for the property located at the northwest corner of Loggers Run and Sylvania Metamora Road in order to construct a subdivision entry sign. Section 3105A of the Sylvania Township zoning resolution requires that a low-profile monument sign identifying a residential subdivision be 15 feet from a right-of-way line. There is a platted sign easement on the lot where there is an existing entry sign constructed by the developer. The applicants wish to replace this sign with a new entry sign in the same location. The entire sign easement was platted, however, within the 15-foot setback. The WWPOA requests a variance of 11 feet in order to place a new sign 4 feet from the right-of-way of Sylvania Metamora Road and Loggers Run. Staff recommends approval of this request. The proposed placement of this new sign would be in the approximate same location as the existing sign. The location for the sign is unlikely to impact visibility or imperil public safety. Furthermore, granting this variance would be consistent with the variances granted by this board last month to the same applicants for the placement of 2 new residential subdivision signs at the corner of Settlers Ridge Circle and Sylvania Metamora Road. The board made findings that the setback variance would not create a substantial detriment to the public good, similar to the subject variance being requested with this application.
Okay. Again, I'll ask the board if what's been presented to them, if they have any questions or comments.
So this is going in essentially the exact same spot as the existing sign?
Yes.
Show us the picture.
Yeah. Oops.
It's kind of overgrown with the arborvitae around it, but
Those
it's,
are going to be gone, sir.
right.
Totally gone.
Right there. This is the existing sign.
This is a little different design than what we saw presented to us last month, though.
Actually, it's a better picture. Yeah, it's a little hidden in the foliage there.
This is the sign.
This is what we had last time.
It says the sign was platted,
The sign easement, there's an easement that's platted on that lot.
and that it was placed outside of the...
Within the 15-foot setback, the easement was platted.
So it's inside the 15-foot setback.
Right.
So it's put in wrong.
Right.
wasn't a variance on
in the first place. There was-
Well, it probably shouldn't have been, the easement never should have been platted there to begin with, but, yeah, I don't know if it was missed or how that got in there, but it's there nevertheless.
I only know one township that put it right. And that's over on Central Ave, Sylvania Avenue. So, but this, you're saying if it's platted wrong, it's okay?
No, I mean, that doesn't supersede the zoning resolution.
So there is an easement,
Correct.
and am I hearing where it's placed currently is not within the easement, or it is?
No, it's within the easement,
Okay.
but it's still not consistent with the zoning resolution.
Okay, so being here anyway, so even if we did nothing, that sign probably should have received a variance at some point?
It probably should have, I doubt that it did.
Right, so at least we have that cleanup.
Right,
Okay.
right.
The sign itself, are we okay with, is that similar in dimension and size?
The new one, the proposed sign?
Yeah, I'm sorry, the proposed sign.
Yeah, well, I think
I
that
mean,
would
the
be,
design looks great, but I mean, in terms of what's there now,
well, I think it'd be a definite improvement over what's there now.
and size-wise, it's consistent with what's there now from what I've seen.
I believe it's larger.
It's about 2 feet.
2 feet longer.
2 feet longer.
Hang on, because of, yeah, I know you're just trying to help, but if we're gonna have you speak, I'll have you come up. Okay, first, anyone else have any other questions? Does anyone want to speak on behalf of this matter? Come on up to the podium and sign in, please.
Just answer the question.
Okay. Want to get reprimanded? Thank you, and you are?
Tim Nicholson. I'm the former president of Woodstream West, but whatever we call myself now, for the architectural committee or whatever, for the association. To answer your question, it's about 2 feet wider. The original sign is about 8 feet. This one will be about 10 feet in order to basically maximize the size of the sign. The variance request is what we're looking for. It'll be 4 feet from the one corner will be 4 feet from Sylvania Met. The other will be set from the Sylvania Met setback. The other will be 4 feet from the other road setback, Loggers Run. But so it'll be basically where it is, except in order to make the sign bigger, we're going to be pushing it back. If you're looking at it from an angle, it'll be pushed back about 2 feet. From the actual angle from the corner and right into the arborvitaes, which we kind of use that as an excuse to get rid of those things.
Okay.
So we know they're overgrown, and so we're kind of using this as a reason to get rid of them.
You're going to take down all the landscaping or replace?
We're going to replace most of the landscaping, yes. I mean, the arborvitaes are gone. We're going to, do this in probably a 2-step process, build the sign, and then, short term, I think we're just going to put lava rock around it. There's some big stones existingly in the landscape. We'll probably move those aside, do the construction, and then probably just set those back down. We're trying to keep it as clean and efficient as possible. So, we're just trying to, we know it looks like crud, and we're trying to make an improvement.
Any questions? Thank you.
Yep.
Anybody else here to speak on this matter, for or against? I guess I would entertain, let me ask the board, any further discussion, because I'm wondering if it's been suggested that maybe we don't need to break to discuss this. Maybe we could just do this now. Yeah. But that's why, at least I want to make sure if anyone had any other questions or comments. I don't know if we want to put a condition that, I wouldn't mind that the landscape is cleaned up, if we we're gonna allow the variance, so it's at least visible if they're gonna put something in. So that would be my one comment. So unless there's other discussion, I guess we would entertain a motion.
Make a motion to approve the variance.
Second.
Call a roll, Mr. Halbert?
Yes.
Mr. Emch?
Yes.
Mr. Amos?
Yes.
Mr. Hayes?
Yes.
Mr. Boland?
Yes.
Mr. Tebow?
Mike, I think I should abstain on this, right? You have your vote.
Oh, right, yes.
I don't abstain.
Okay, passes. Unless there's any other new business, I move for adjournment.
Move to adjourn.
Second.
We're adjourned.
Thank you very much.
For coming.
That was quick.
You ready?
Thank you very much. Mr. Gunning, very pleased.
Coming back next